Hello everyone, I am Mohit Yadav and today I will be talking about how to become a software engineer even if you don't have a degree. I started my career as an electrical and electronics engineer. I consider myself as a self-learned software engineer. And many of you who are watching this right now might be thinking that can you be a software engineer without even having a professional degree? The answer to the question is yes. My flatmate was a mechanical engineer and he was a mechanical scientist at DRDO. He transitioned into a software engineer role mostly by learning himself. You can do it too. Today I'm going to talk about what are the key things that you should be doing right now to get into this billion-dollar industry. How to be a good software engineer without even having an engineering degree. So let's get straight to it, right? The number one thing that you should do in order to be a software engineer is to do self-study. Even when you are doing your job as a software engineer, then also you are required to learn new things for which there might or might not be tutorials. So making a habit of self-learning will help you not just in getting into the industry, but also after you get into the industry and after you start working in a full-time job. I would suggest you to start from the basic. Understand how a computer works, understand what pointers are, and then move to fancier languages that abstract this information out from you. Also, try to stay away from tutorials that teach you how to build X. This X could be a web app, a small game, or maybe a small project. Such projects will never build your fundamentals. I would suggest you to learn this by reading some books. Follow channels on YouTube that provide quality content. And since we are talking about quality content, I want to highlight the effort Scalar team puts in releasing the content on YouTube so that our subscribers can utilize the free content and learn in the right manner. The only way this can run is by your support. Show your support by liking, commenting and sharing this video, and also subscribe to our channel to get notified about our new upcoming videos. Now coming back to the self-learning, it becomes easier if you have a goal or domain in your mind. For example, if you want to be a front-end developer, or you want to be a backend developer, or you might want to be a data scientist. For a front-end developer role, you would want to start from JavaScript. For a data scientist, you might want to start from Python. But if you want to be a generic software engineer backend who can, excel in any roles, I would strongly suggest start from the basic, learn C and C++ so that it gives you an idea about pointers as well. What happens when you've learned the basic? How and where do you apply these concepts? Now is the time to build a portfolio of good projects. Start by doing basic projects, DIY projects that are there in abundance on all over the internet. Then gradually increase the complexity. Start from maybe building a small REST API and then maybe build a complete web app, then learn about deployments, then learn about load balancing and load testing and everything else. You might be wondering how to choose from a variety of projects that are out there. Well, I'll suggest a very good trick. I would suggest you to shortlist the companies that you are aiming for. Don't aim for big names since most of them are hired from colleges that wants candidates with either a very Ivy League college tag or maybe a very good experience. Startups and mid-sized companies should be the target to start with. After you're done with the list of companies that you are aiming for, go to LinkedIn and find out the list of people who have recently hired in those companies. Then look for the recent projects that they did. Many times you'll be able to get hold of their GitHub profile where you can refer to the work that they actually did before getting an interview and probably getting hired. This way, you'll increase the chances of getting noticed when you start applying in those companies. And at the same time, you'll also build knowledge that is both relevant and in demand in current scenario in your industry. After you've acquired the right skills and have decent projects in your belt, then comes the most critical step, building your resume. I've done a couple of videos on resume making where I talk about what to write in your resume, what is the number of ideal pages that should be there in the resume, and also I have given few suggested layouts. If you have not seen those videos, I'll add the link of those videos in the description. Please go through those 2 videos after you're done with this particular video. The next logical step after you have acquired the skills, you have projects under your belt, you have the resume ready, the next logical step is to start applying. Now, since you do not have a college degree, you might face a lot of difficulties while applying. Hence, it is important for you to network with people in this industry. You can join online meetups and communities for the same. You'll be amazed to see how many people are out there who can help you if you ask the right questions. So go out and network with as many people as you can, because they are the ones who can give you referral and open doors for you. Now, coming to the interview format, in a lot of small and mid-sized companies, it is a bit more relaxed and communication focused, meaning they'll test you on whatever you have written in your resume. So if you have written that you are familiar with Spring Stack, they might ask you questions on Spring Stack, because they are the people who do not want to waste time in grooming, and they tend to focus a lot more on your past work rather than standard DSA questions or system design questions. So that should be your go-to companies. Now, let's suppose you want to work in a slightly better company or a top tier company. If that is your ambition or goal, then what you need to do is you need to learn the DSA skills. Trust me guys, DSA will be there for you. It will come to you if you don't prepare it now, because DSA is something that will remain consistent irrespective of what company you go. If it is a decent company, it is definitely going to have at least 1 round of DSA. So familiarize with your DSA concepts, practice a lot of DSA questions to get better at this. So now you have applied to multiple companies, and this brings me to my last point, which is around handling job offers. Depending upon your preparation and the kind of network you have, you might get multiple offers. Or on the flip side, you might be in a position where you don't get even 1 offer for a software engineering role. You might get support engineer, or maybe a QA engineer, or maybe some other allied role of software engineering. What should one do in such scenario? Let's focus on the first point to start with, and I'll discuss both points in detail. Right? So if you have multiple offers, you will have an upper hand in negotiating your benefits. Definitely negotiate your salary, your benefits, maybe your vacation days, and maybe any other benefit that is close to your heart. Definitely negotiate it with your employer. While I strongly feel that every candidate must negotiate, I do want to say that do not accept an offer and then reject it. Right? You can put an offer on hold, and you can be truthful to the recruiter as well, that hey, I am being interviewed at multiple other companies. I am expecting so and so offers. Please tell me what your offer is, and I'll come back to you. I need to make an informed decision, because this is going to be a major point in your life. You are going to spend at least 4 or 5 years of your life devoting to that particular company. So you want some time. Don't say that, don't accept the offer and then come back to the recruiter saying that XYZ company is offering me so much and hence I want to negotiate further. Don't do that. Now coming to the second persona, who is basically getting to SD role. What should he do? My advice to you would be to accept and start working in any role that you are given. So if you are able to crack a support engineer role, there's no harm in accepting that and start your career as a support engineer. Prove your worth once you are into the company. Prove your worth to the manager you are reporting to. It is much easier to prove while working in the company rather than working out of the company and then clearing interviews of an SWD. I have many friends who have transitioned from a testing role to a completely software engineering role while they are in the company. So this trick does work, and I have seen this strategy working like a charm for many of my friends. So that was all the advice that I wanted to give you in this video. Do join me again in the next video. Lastly, do not forget to leave a like and comment on this video. Do share it with your friends. and subscribe to our channel to get notified about our upcoming session. Till then, bye bye and take care.